What's up YouTube, Protech here, back with another Starcraft video for you today. Once again, we are on the Dusty Gorge. I might have to put this map down to get some other maps. So this race is by far my weakest race out of all three races. I'm really not that great with this race. I'm also playing against the hard counter to my race. Terran Zerg is basically the... If there was one race that you don't want to be against TZ, it's Protoss, especially in solo queue. As a Protoss player, when you play against TZ, you play at the disadvantage, like literally from start to finish. So this game I'm just going to open up with a little adept pressure, I guess. Kind of just go from there. I don't really have a game plan because, like I mentioned before, I'm not very good at this race. So I kind of like when I play Protoss, I just kind of play. I just kind of do things by ear. There is a build that I've been wanting to experiment with, though. It's a build that I used to use back in. Part of the Swarm and Wings of Liberty. See, the main issue with Protoss is that you don't really have a choice but to open with two gateways like this, because everything TZ can do in the early stages of the game is just better than you. And if you don't have this production, you just lose to things like Speedling spams and Reaper spams. So I'm gonna go for like a 2-base robo build. Something like that, I guess. I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna try to go for Blinkstalker Colossus. I ended up getting 7 Zerglings there, that's really good. This Terran player I'm playing against is known for doing like really weird shit, like Thor drops, like really fast Thor drops, things of that nature. I don't actually know how good this strategy is. I mean, it's not like I haven't done this strat before, like I know it's decent. Although I can't ever remember doing it on this map in particular. I really would just want to get my 2 bases saturated so I can just start cranking out the Colossus. I'd like to hit like maybe like a 2-base timing. It sucks playing with a teammate here because you miss all that space, so it's harder to hide things. Hopefully that doesn't spot my robo. That's why I rallied it that way so it didn't get spotted. So I think I need 6 gateways with this push. 2 Colossus. Two Colossus, 6 gateway, 1 warp prism. That's the plan here. Alright, let's see if this is powerful or not. Oh, they held it really well, didn't they? Those siege tanks were hammering away at my army. Made it really hard to get in there and do anything. This teammate is not very good. He's not really, he's not really providing too much to these fights. I actually think from here I have to start going carriers. Oh, he moved everything. Oh no! Oh, dude, I forgot to change that hotkey. I just recalled my entire fucking army. Because the hotkey I have set up for recall, well, it's not that I have it set up, it's that it's the default. The default hotkey for recalling, which is just stupid. I don't know why it's A. Actually, I need to start going here, because I won't be able to do anything about mech. Well, you can do things about mech, but you can't do it when his teammate has like lots of ground stuff and you need light. Like extra light damage, so I have to start going carriers. We never really traded very well, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to survive the push. I feel like my ally is drunk. So you can see Protoss is very weak. And this is kind of the reason why you really don't want to be going for these robo compositions. You just want to go straight into air. I mean, to be honest, like, yeah, the composition I went for, but this teammate was really bad. Like, exceptionally bad. I feel like the push that I was going for would have been fine if this guy didn't suck. So I would say the biggest difference in this game, and the reason we lost this game, was because if you look at the army values, you can see how Teal just falls off. Like, there just came a point where he just stopped making units. So if we look at the army values, like if we look at my army value here, this is where we were making the push and this is where it stopped, right? During that whole engagement, he never replenished his army. He was a really bad player. And it's part of the reason why I don't like playing Protoss, because the problem with Protoss in team game 2v2 is that if you're playing with somebody who does something like this, like, you can see how the army values are just massively different, right? Like when we're making our push, Red's army value, which was the Zerg player in this game, Red's army value just skyrockets, whereas my teammate's army value doesn't go anywhere. You see what I'm saying? So there was actually no way for me to win this game. Like regardless if I had gone for an air composition or if I had not gone for an air composition. In fact, it wouldn't have made a difference what composition I go for because my teammate just wasn't building any army. But this is the problem with Protoss, like, you don't really have the ability, like with Zerg or Terran, where you can be aggressive early on and it doesn't require having a teammate, right? Like you can start the snowball in the early game from there. But when you play as Protoss, your opponents always play at an advantage, like if you're not playing another Protoss. Like TZ, for example, or TT or ZZ. You just play at a disadvantage the whole game from start to finish because everything you do is just weak and you have to stay on the defensive, and it just kind of more or less allows your opponents to do whatever they want. But I still think that if my teammate had actually built an army instead of doing whatever it was he was doing, I think we would have had a pretty good chance to win, because that push that we did, you can see my army value is much higher than everybody else's, right? So they were in like a defensive macro stance. So if my teammate had done what Red did there, like you see where the minute marker is at like 7:45, like from 7:30 to 10:30, you can see the teal line just kind of drops and it doesn't go anywhere, whereas the red line just continually goes up, right? And given the fact that he actually mined more resources than Red, it just came down to a macro problem where he wasn't injecting his hatcheries and he just wasn't building units, and that's why we lost. So that's a little unfortunate. I don't really feel like I deserved to lose that game. I feel like that was just a matter of having a bad teammate, because that push that we did should have worked. But anyway, boys, if you liked the video, make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that like button. Located at the top left of the screen are all of these supporters who are supporting me during my 30-day Twitch ban. And if you want more information on that, go back and watch the first video of this series. I explain everything about why I got suspended and stuff like that. So if you guys want to help me through these 30 days, in the description, all the information that you'll need to do that will be in there. So for those of you who have already contributed, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And that's all I've got for you for this video. So thank you for tuning in, and peace out.